Hello and welcome to Livewire's Fund in Focus. My name is Chris Conway. Today I'm sitting down with Joseph Sitch. Joseph is the Co-Chief Investment Officer of Equities at the Victor Smorgon Group. Joe, thanks for sitting down for this Fund in Focus.
Thanks for having us, Chris.
Can you just provide a brief introduction to the Global Multi-Strategy Fund?
Absolutely. So the Global Multi-Strategy Fund is the Victor Smorgon Group's equities portfolio. It's something that really goes back down to 1995 and really since 2019, since Peter and I started working together. Peter Edwards is the Executive Chair of the Victor Smorgon Group.
Yeah. What's unique, Joe, about the way that you invest?
The fund has a few unique components. The first is the significant investment from the family, the Victor Smorgon Group family. The second is that we approach our investment like operators. We've owned and operated businesses back since 1995 and well into the Smorgon Consolidated Industries days. And we think that operator's approach is a unique part of our process, combined with a slightly longer term view that the thematic approach allows. And having an intergenerational element certainly helps us focus on that long term view.
Joe, just so viewers can get an understanding of what's in the portfolio, can you talk through some of the opportunities that you're currently pursuing?
Absolutely. So it is the group's equities portfolio, so we are focused on global equities. We are thematically based, so we want to invest in long-term themes that have the appropriate tailwinds that allow us to hold long-term views. Because we focus on the thematic first, that means that we can invest anywhere. Yeah. We can invest in any jurisdiction, and it's really dependent on who has the ultimate risk and reward in the supply chain of a growing theme. So some of the companies and examples, that takes us to companies like Hitachi, which are very dominant in various parts of the electrical infrastructure market, industrial automation market. It takes us to Canada for high quality mining companies as well, like Capstone. And it takes us to Australia for some quality gold companies like Ramelius.
Joe, what role does the fund play in an investor's portfolio? What need are you trying to fulfill?
For the Victor Smorgon Group, the Global Multi-Strategy Fund is the Victor Smorgon Group's equities portfolio. Yeah. So for us, the absolute return focus and capital preservation is really important to compound that capital for multiple generations. Mm-hmm. That's the target. In terms of how we go about it, we want to make sure that we're in growing themes in companies that have free cash flow backing. We find that combination has worked for us over time because the theme provides the growth and the free cash flow backing provides the downside protection. Right. And Victor had the view that we needed to compound at a significant percentage, over 10%, to make sure that the family's wealth was maintained through generations. Yep. And he also had zero tolerance for loss of capital. So yep. he had those two things and it's made the team work really hard. But there are those opportunities. And I would come back to the operating approach because the group can invest in private businesses and private property projects. So often investing in some of our operating businesses translates to an over 15% return. Right. So we have that battle for capital. For an investment to make it into our portfolio, it has to be a compelling risk reward, not just within equities, but it has to compete against investing in some existing private businesses.
Right, so a pretty high bar that it's got to clear.
Does, for sure.
For sure. Most important question, Joe, where can people find out more about the fund?
I think our website that has all our investor materials and a number that you can call through. We love having a chat. We love explaining what we do. It's really important to us that our investors understand how and why we invest. So please reach out.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Reach out and have a chat with Joe. Thank you so much for sitting down with Livewire, mate. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
If you enjoyed that interview as much as I did, make sure to give it a like and don't forget to follow our YouTube channel. We're adding lots of great content every single week.